Good morning, family and friends, ladies and gents, boys and girls, monsters and ghouls, weirdos and freaks. Welcome to another edition of the morning walk and talk. Here's the star of the show right there, Hurricane Maverick, Maverick the Great, Maverick the Menace, Maverick the Monster, Maverick the Lover, depending on what time of day it is. How's everybody doing? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Good morning, Sandy. How are you? Hope you enjoyed that book. Glad you won two contests, man. That's awesome. I know how it feels, man. I don't think I've won anything since I don't even know how long. It's been a very long time. I never win. Good morning, Carson. I'm okay. I'm doing well so far, I guess. You know, trying to breathe in the good and breathe out the bad. All that stuff. But otherwise, I'm okay. Yeah, it's a great book. It's very cool. Very cool book. Mr. Noel's take on that is just, man, it's really interesting stuff. Really interesting stuff. I really enjoyed it. And then the other one, the new one, There Is No Veil. That's another great book too. So let's talk quick. So the other day when I was live out with Patchogue, I heard two or three distinct noises that sounded an awful lot like somebody talking, but it clearly sounded like some form of vocal communication, but it was I couldn't tell what was being said, if anything. I just heard the noise and the syllables and inflection and tone. I kept kind of assuming that it was people who must have been hiking on the trails or something, but nobody ever appeared. It was very strange, to say the least. The only other thing that really happened when I was there, when this was happening, was when I started walking up to that area. As soon as I crossed over into that darker part of the forest, there was a very loud crack, like a limb broke or something stepped on some large branch or whatever. And then everything went silent, completely silent. No, I don't know what that is. Get away from there. Which was strange. So I didn't know what to make of it. I still don't. Beautiful view. Not the greatest, but still, anytime I get to look at the water, it's nice. And you got these cranes and crap over here, but whatever. To us, my family can definitely see why he came to conclusion. Yeah, for sure. If you know anybody who's autistic, if you've worked with them, if you have any family members, and you've seen firsthand some of the behaviors, some of the things that they have an affinity towards, a lot of it fits really in Chris's theories there. It's really interesting stuff. Hey, Becky, good morning. So anyway, the gibberish, it was strange. I didn't know what to make of it. I went back on the video and you can't really hear anything. I talk a lot, so you can't really hear it over me. I'd really like to get one of those mics that you can put on the phone, so that picks up some of the noise in the distance. I'd like to do that at some point so that some of these things can be caught a little better. It's just like going back and look at some of the old stuff from, back in the fall and the early winter and having all these knocks and whistles happening. I mean, that one day was crazy. I mean, it was nuts. It was like, I don't know, it was like an hour and a half of this game back and forth with the knocking and the whistling and the singing. And, it's difficult to hear a lot of it. So I think one of those mics would probably help with that. Obviously, if I could go live with a good camera, that would change a lot. Which way you want to go? Which way, Bubba? You want to go in the tunnel? You want to go this way? Which way? Okay, tunnel it is. He likes his tunnel. I don't blame him. I like it too. It's neat. Okay. We're moving. So yeah, just strange stuff, man. Don't know what to make of it. Linda was in chat. Linda said that she could either see or sense a Native American gentleman that was near me. I made a deal. I said, next week when I come back, I'll bring you a gift of tobacco and I'll put it here. In return, you have to leave a feather. So we'll see. If that happens, I can tell you with absolute certainty that I will freak out completely. I will absolutely freak out. Then you might start having these visits to that. Hold on, Bubba. Wait. You stop. What'd I say? I said wait. Thank you. No, that doesn't mean take off as soon as you get loose from the strap. If that happens, this channel might change completely from Sasquatch hunting to trying to communicate with this Native American gentleman who potentially is in the forest. I'll go nuts, basically. If that happens, I'll go nuts. I'll go crazy, and I'll have to know more. Just how my mind works. I'll have to know more. Oh God, then you're talking paranormal stuff, and that could be bad. But man, if that happens, I don't know. I just don't know if I could be able to refrain from trying to communicate more. But we'll see. We'll wait. We'll see what happens. We'll go from there. Now, I want to talk about White Bigfoot. One of the things I love to do is I love to find these obscure reports of encounters, of sightings, right? Good morning, existers. What up? I like to find these obscure reports or say, hey, look at me. I got a tan. Look how dark I am. Come on, get over here, butthead. No climbing on the mounds. They're historical. They're historical dirt mounds. And these obscure encounters and sightings that, are hard to find. You may find like a small little article or something. If you look on like some of these hiking sites, you got to scour through a lot, but you'll find some cool ones there. And then I try to find a way to reach out to the people and talk to them personally about it, like a Sasquatch stalker. But I found a couple reports of white Bigfoot. Um, there's one, I guess it's pretty well known. The Alabama white fang is what they call it. Northern and central Alabama have had reports of this white-haired Bigfoot for many years. The white ones really are cool to me for whatever reason. I think just because they're not as common. But then there was a more obscure report that I found from Tennessee, I believe it was, where it was only one or two people who had seen it, who had made this report. And then a gentleman, while searching for any more reports of this thing, they had found a gentleman who had a lot of property, farmland in Tennessee, lived there for many, many, many years. And this white Bigfoot apparently had spiked hair. So, this is when you hear white Bigfoot with spiked hair, you don't hear that often. So this one stands out even more. And so these two people had seen this, and they saw it crossing a field, got a very good look at it for about 30 seconds as it crossed the field, turned, looked at them, and just kept on moving. And when it hit the woods, they said it disappeared, which to them was really crazy because it was white and everything in the woods was dark. You'd figure it would stand out like a sore thumb, and it didn't. So while they were trying to find out if anyone else has ever seen this thing in the area, they searched and searched and searched. They couldn't find anything. And they came across, I forget how they found out about this old man. It was a very weird, like coincidental thing where they talked to somebody that they knew who said, hey, there's this, old farmer who lives in, such and such town up the road. And he's had this white Bigfoot thing around for years. And so this gentleman, this old timer farmer, apparently talked to these people. They got hooked up together. He talked to these people and told them, yes, this white Bigfoot has been around for many, many years. He walks through his property on a pretty regular basis. Remembers the first time that he saw him, it was, completely by accident. He came out to go put something away in one of his barns or something, and this thing was coming out of the woods, and they were far enough away from each other, but they, for lack of a better term, they bumped into each other out there, and the thing started peeling. Its lips were curling back, showing its teeth. It kind of got in a more hunched stance. And the old man, being the old man, he's lived most of his life, and he, well, I think at that point, I don't know how old he was, but anyway, he's a tough old guy, and this thing's making these faces and noises and hunched over and trying to seem, imposing. And the old man basically said that he talked to it, and he told it, listen, you ain't going to give me no problems. I ain't going to give you no problems. You do what you do. I do what I do. If you take any of my livestock, I'll kill you. and the stare down lasted for a little while longer. And then he said, the Mav, stop it. You're going to hurt yourself. Wait. The stare down lasted a little longer, and then the thing left. He said, and then when they would see each other, it was just, you got it wrapped around you. No, no, no. Oh my God. Let's go this way. Oh man. He said they would see each other, and he would almost acknowledge him when they would come across each other anymore. And I guess that was their relationship. It became, you can use my land to move through, to do whatever you need to, as long as you don't take any of my stuff, and we'll be good. And this thing didn't have any problem showing itself to this old man for many, many years. Apparently they got in contact with the old man again years later, and he had said that he hadn't seen it as much, and when he did see it, it seemed to look like it was getting old and frail. It wasn't as big and muscular. It had lost weight and leaned out. He said its hair looked thinner, much like any human would age. And he said, it saddened him to see it that way, because he had seen it so many times and so often as just such a big, strong, powerful being. And over that time, he grew to almost have an affinity towards it. But this was just one of those crazy reports that, like, I searched for articles and articles and articles and all kinds of stuff, and just found a lot of the stuff that most of us have heard, and then came across this very randomly. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty cool, obscure encounter with a white Bigfoot. So I just figured I'd share it with you. I thought it was really neat. I'd love to hear about any white Bigfoot stories you guys got. Sorry, I haven't looked in the chat while I was talking. Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on? Confessions, what's up? What's up, man? What's up, man? So, oh, damn, hell no. Them cougars scare the hell out of me, man. They scare the hell out of me. I don't want nothing to do with those things. Nothing. Nathan. That's why I keep that thing on me. It ain't for Sasquatch. It's for those four-legged ambush killers, man. Or, people. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man? What up, Bry? What up, Chewy? Go get him, man. Go get him. Yeah, I thought it was a really cool story, man. I thought it was very interesting. The old man seemed saddened by it. I'd love to know now what happened, if he still sees it, if it's still frail, or if he doesn't see it anymore, if maybe it passed away. I'd also love to be able to talk to that man and see exactly how many years it had been that they had this, understanding, and that they were seeing each other, and just what the aging process was like. Was it fine, and then all of a sudden, like the next time he saw it, it looked sickly and old? Did it slowly happen? These are all things that could help give us some kind of baseline for their aging. Do they get sick? Do they get cancer? These are all just these are some of the questions that are so crazy, right? Imagine if there's this relative of ours, this relic hominid, this race of forest people who we share some DNA lineage with. Imagine if they don't get cancer. Imagine if they don't get leukemia. Imagine if they don't have all these illnesses that we have. Oh God, could you? That's just incredible stuff to think about. And I know, who knows? We don't know. It seems probably improbable, but it's all right. It's fun to think about. Two-leggers on karaoke night. So check it out. Check it out. I love this building so much. I know I say that often, but I think it's such a cool building. The Bill Memorial Library. Old, very old. Giant phallic symbol. Check it out. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in immortality. I'm interested in if there's something in their DNA that keeps them from catching these illnesses, and because it would help other people to not have to suffer, not live forever, just not have to suffer through some of this terrible shit. I mean, I'm sure we all have a friend or a relative who's succumbed to cancer, and it's not fun to watch. It sucks. It sucks. So if there was any way that there was some kind of cure or um, vaccine, that they had an answer to, I mean, that would be incredible. But it's very, very, very long shot. But anyway, cooking breakfast, but I bet they don't get our illness. I think most of the sickness comes from our food. That's good. Probably you're right. Because a lot of the sickness comes from the shit we put in our bodies. I think still there's a lot of it that comes from the shit that they put out into the air and all that stuff too. But whatever. That's a topic for another day. Check it out, guys. I got some really cool news. Again, I don't know how many of you may know this gentleman, but I promise you, you are going to want to tune in when he comes on the show. He's going to give me some dates today. He just emailed me a couple minutes ago again. We spoke a few times. He's going to email me with some proposed dates and times when he gets home to review his schedule. This gentleman is a multi-time Emmy-winning broadcaster. I said Emmy. Yeah, Emmy. He has won, God, I don't know how many other awards for his broadcasting shows, radio, narrations. He's got one of the most awesome voices you'll ever hear. One of those people, if you put him on the radio, if you put a CD on of this man, like he's just got that voice. And he considers himself not a researcher, not a Bigfooter, not a ghost investigator. He considers himself a folklorist. And he has a library of so many encounters, so many stories, so many myths and legends that probably most people will never hear. And he is going to come on the show. His name is John Horrigan. If you got time, look him up. Man, I'm so stoked about this. I can't even tell you. It's so amazing that that he would come on my show. I don't even know what to say. I'm truly humbled by it. Little 1,200 subscribers. Well, a little less than that, but 1,200 subscribers show on YouTube by some schmuck from, Groton, Connecticut. And to have somebody on that has, accomplished those things is pretty amazing. But when I tell you, this man, Alex told me I needed to have him on the show. I didn't know John. Alex knew John, and I knew of John, of course. I'd listened to John stuff, but I didn't know him. And Alex said, "You know what? Just message him, tell him that you're a friend of mine, and he'll talk to you then." And I said, all right. And I did. And he answered me right away. He's been such a sweet gentleman. And man, I'm so excited. It's going to be a great show. Like I said, this guy's been receiving reports and encounters and sightings for so many years, stuff that doesn't make the TV shows, stuff that you don't hear on YouTube. You know, these are reports that are given to him and local people that people in the area trust, and that's it. And so it's going to be really cool. It's going to be very cool. Plus, if there's ever a show where you're going to want to listen to a guest, it's going to be this one, because he just has the greatest voice. It's just such a great voice. I promise you, when you hear it, you're going to go, oh yeah, okay, I get it. You know, there are those people, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones, John Horgan is a voice of that ilk. Just awesome. So that's exciting. What else? Tomorrow night, our good buddy from across the pond, I Talk Cryptids, is on the show. Please tune in. Please, let's get this young man. Let's give him some love. Let's show him some support. Let's show him how this channel can operate, and see if we can't get him some more subscribers, some views. And I just think it's great that he's this young and he's putting so much effort into this stuff. So I want to help him in any way I can. John is a legend. John is absolutely a legend. He is, for sure. This is not, I don't use that word lightly. He is a legend. Brian, yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, he listen, you hear the way Alex talks about him, and like the things that this guy knows, it's incredible. I forget what I had for dinner last night, and this guy has all these stories and encounters and myths and legends and folklore from years and years and years, and he just remembers all of it. It's just nuts. Yeah, he's a great kid. Awesome. Thank you, Existers. So we're going to help him out tomorrow night. And then Kaiju Ninja will be on Thursday. Tristan, he'll be on Thursday. So a couple shows this week, a couple next week. Hopefully, I think, right? Yeah, next week. Dark Woods is on next week on the 18th. And then I forget who. I got to look at the calendar and see what else is going on. But anyway, I'm going to get going. I'm going to get in the house. I'm going to get back on the computer. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's sunny and warm here. Started out cold, but it is sunny and warm here right now. I think it's going to be around 65, 70 today. It's about 70s almost all week. Come on, baby. Come on. Get around your silly sewer grates. Let's go. Come on. I don't get it. This kid must have watched it when he was in the womb or something. Hates those sewer grates. Won't go near them. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. I love you. Till the next time. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.